Hello, can you guys hear me? Hello, can you guys hear me?
Okay.
Is it echoing?
No, it's not echoing.
Hello, mic check. Hello and welcome everybody to the second Top Pros. It's Easy Bro live stream. My name is Munzer and I'm joined by
Hi, Tim.
Tim. How you doing today? How you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. It's a beautiful day here in Southern California. The weather is great. I'm really excited about these live streams to share all the knowledge we have, what we learned, and what we build to help pros and trades and even young people to understand how to build a business and scale it. And we'll talk about the tools we have built to help you optimize your operation.
Beautiful. I'm really excited. So, can you summarize what we talked about on the last stream regarding how we scaled our plumbing business from 1 to 10 vans in less than a year?
It wasn't easy, Munzer. You probably, everybody needs someone like Munzer to help him with the marketing. We started with my son started with less than $5,000. Bought the first van, used van, beat up van, start selling jobs. He operated it himself, dug trenches and holes. We've helped Munzer helped him do marketing.
I did, yeah.
Yep. And I've helped him and guided him how to understand the numbers. So the first 2 months were focused on get jobs, make some money, reinvest it back into the business. Once you secured enough jobs to keep you busy, you're going to be ready to add another van. And that was the plan. So in like 2 months, he was able to add Jeff. And Jeff, we focused on keeping Jeff now and Ahmed busy. These two were making enough money and generated enough jobs with of course, we put a lot of money into the marketing, maybe 40-50% of the money, the revenues that were coming in went into marketing. And so we continued with repeating the same thing, build it up, make enough money, add another person. By the end of the year, we were about 10 vans, each van making about $25,000. And yeah, it was very challenging, but we were able to achieve that.
Yeah, Yassine in the chat says it's all about marketing and connections.
Well, absolutely. Marketing plays a big role, but you also don't want to go overboard with the marketing because it is not cheap. And you can fall into you can make a lot of mistakes. And we did. We went into things that really did not make any sense. We found out that, and we signed up like these long contracts with companies like Valpak, where we put a coupon. It worked the day that the coupons arrived, the homes, and after that, we got nothing out of that, and we paid like $1,800 to send those coupons in Ventura County, which is like a small community, less than 500,000 homes. So we decided to cut that off. We also tried magazines, those magazines you see on stands. That doesn't work either. We fell into a lot of traps where people offered us SEOs and websites, and we paid a ton of money for those. I believe it's a lot of waste. For a small company, you have to be lean, you have to be efficient, you have to be really, really, I would say, disciplined with your actions and your spending. Just because you made some money now, you can't go and just spend on uniforms and caps and logos.
The nicest stuff that you don't really.
Right. And people start with wrapping their van and they're spending $5,000, $6,000 wrapping a van that is worth, $5,000, $6,000 anyhow. We found out some of these vans are not worth the wrapping. So you have to be smart on where to spend the money. Customers who are going to book your services, they will look at your van, they will look at your guys, but don't go overboard with that spending.
All right, so what are some of the key numbers that are required to understand the cost and generate profit in a business?
Well, I think I prepared a slide for that. For me, here's the number. The numbers are too simple. How much each van should be able to make, the gross sales per van, and your net profit. And those two numbers are the most critical numbers that I look at. If I have a guy in a van and just does water heaters, for example, and he does one per day, takes 4 hours to install a 40-gallon water heater, and he, let's say, assume that, the gross sales for that job is $1,500.
Yeah.
I use $2,500. I think that is from 2019 or 20. That was the expectation per van. But today, after prices have increased and inflation, everything increased, I think we've been talking to plumbers who expect each van to gross about $40,000 and expect about 10 to 15% net profit.
So I know in 2019 it was $25,000. Where did that number come from?
Very simple. If I have a guy in a van and he is busy 20 days of the month, let's say selling water heater jobs or clean outs, average ticket for those is about $1,500. Let's say he does 20 per month. That's the least you expect from
Right.
him. That's about $35,000 per month, just doing one job for 4 hours per day. So you as an owner or businessman, you have to do enough work to generate that type of work for him.
I see. So I also see on this slide that you've prepared, you say that 7 vans is the magic number. Did this just fall out of the sky? Like where did you get 7 vans from?
Well, just the capability to be efficient and able to manage people.
Yeah.
In any business, a one person or business owner, you don't want to lose control. You still want to manage everyone and keep in touch with everyone and run a company. The minute you start getting above that 7 employee number,
Yeah.
you're going to have to start adding people to help you manage.
Okay.
People that manage jobs cost a lot of money. Managers, operating managers, and office managers, and to do the books and the finances and the accounting, everything is going to scale to the point that you're going to feel like you're burdened and you're spending a lot of the money you're making on overhead. So we were able to manage 7 people really easily and talk to them, know where they're at, and understand what they're doing, and provide enough jobs for them to keep them busy.
I see. So how do you break down the numbers that are profitable? How do you break down the numbers when you're pricing a job?
Well, in a job, standard jobs, you have 4 major components. Your first, and this slide shows it. So you have your direct job cost, which is basically your material, your lead cost, your truck operating cost, and then you have your overhead. And I really believe that service businesses should have the least overhead possible because guys operate out of vans. You don't need big offices. You don't need a lot of the overhead that, standard company needs. Your guys are operating out of their vans. So your overhead number is important. And salaries and commission, you have to decide on how you want to pay your employees. You want to pay them per job. Some people pay per job, to guarantee that the employee has a stake in a game, meaning if you pay them hourly, they're not incentivized to finish the job on time. And if you pay them too much commission and give them too many jobs, then they're going to get sloppy. So controlling how you want to pay employees salaries or commissions, and then your net profit. Those are the four components that you have to understand. Standard industry practices for a service business, 30, 30, 30, and 10, between 10 to 15% is your net profit.
So those are the four variables, 30, 30, 10. That's the best balance that, according to you.
Yeah, so if you with the seven vans, if you
Yes.
go back to the slide, the first slide I showed with the seven vans, yeah, this one. If you're a one-man shop, you're limiting yourself to basically having a job. If you're making 15% of $25,000, you're making $3,750. And plus, let's say you pay yourself $25 an hour, you're making $4,000, you're making $7,000, and you're running yourself to the ground. Basically, you're doing the digging, you're doing the marketing, you're doing everything. And that's not what a service business have in mind. When you start a company, your goal is really to make a lot of money. And if you scale it to seven vans, each van making you 15%,
Yeah.
that is a substantial amount of money. And you have no debt, and you built a company worth a lot of money. You could make about $30,000 per month if you scale it to seven vans easily.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot better than one guy in a truck and he's barely getting by.
That's better than me starting when going to college, getting an electrical engineering degree, carrying a loan for $100,000,
Yeah.
and trying to climb that corporate ladder, and my career depending on many things, and yet not making more than $150,000 per year. So the risk is worth the reward.
Mhm.
Making that kind of money and having your freedom is really important. But also you have to look at your lifestyle. So this is where the balance come into play. Many people start to get into this business, and then it becomes all their life, Saturday, Sunday, they're doing paperwork, they're doing marketing, they're doing solving problems, dealing with employees. That takes over your life. So you need to figure out how to run seven van company, yet have your life and your freedom. So you have your Saturday and Sunday, spend time with your kids, go do what you love to do. And for that, you have to have the proper tools.
So you also have this example, and let me share it with the rest of the people here too. So, your gross sale amount is $1,500. Cost of goods is $500. Overhead is $500. Salaries are $500. 33, 33, 33%. Can you explain what's going on here?
Well, it's very simple. If you're pricing a job and you're not pricing it correctly, and $1,500, and your overhead or cost of goods at 33%, and you just go to Home Depot and buy that water heater for $450, and then you still need a pan, you still need hoses and fittings, and decide to just pass that receipt to the client, you basically made zero, and you still have to go pick it up and install it just so you're desperate to get that job. And your overhead with your trucks, your worksman comp, your insurances, your office space, your marketing, all of this is at $500, and you still have to pay yourself a salary and employees commission at 33%. You're not making money. You're basically breaking even. So there has to be a better way for you to price these jobs. So I give another example here where if you optimize your operation, or if you optimize the cost of the operation, if you ran a little lean, less on the marketing, less on and optimize how you pay employees, you can't change the cost of goods. You're going to buy the cost of goods from a supplier, Ferguson or Home Depot or Lowe's. You can't really optimize that by that much. And same thing with your overhead. You cannot, you could probably shave off 3% here and there, but you're still not making a lot of money if you're selling this job at $1,500 just to keep that guy busy. You're making about, $150, $100 from, so is that really worth the risk for you to have a guy in a van drive around all day to make $100? I think you have to start thinking about the numbers again to sell premium services, provide value, and upsell this job. And the next slide will show you. Now, this is where we're talking about if you added another $250, which is basically marking up your goods. If you buy the goods, mark it up and reduce some of the commissions. If you're paying a guy 10% on gross sales, pay him on net gross profit. After the cost of goods, say I'll pay you 10% on gross profit, not net profit. So with optimizing that, now you go back to that slide, you see you made about $350, you're at 14%. That's worth the money. If you make that from every job and you have 7 vans in a day, that is $2,500 a day from this business.
And this is how every van is going to create that $25,000 in monthly revenue per van, is having their jobs costed correctly in this structure that you've shown me.
Yeah, and we built this inside of VanLink, and we will show a screenshot or how we give you the tools actually go into a price book. When you create a price book item for a water heater, why don't you show how you can help pros price the jobs correctly? Go into the price book, and here's a water heater install and VanLink. Very simple example where you add your material. It will give you, for example, this is a water heater from Home Depot, a Rheem, priced at $419, your water pan and your fittings. Let's say you charge the customer $25 for picking those products. The cost of material the job direct cost is about $519. Let's say you takes 4 hours to do this job and you're charging $125 per hour. That's your 30%, $500. Now add your overhead to it, and you can specify whatever overhead amount you want to charge. So this adds another $300 to your job and other related cost, which basically truck operating cost and lead cost. Your total cost for this job added up to $1,397. Let's say you want to make 30% on a standard job. You have to sell this job at about $1,817. If you sell it at $1,500, you're not making money. So this is the tool we give to pros to create price books. In fact, we have a pre-made price book that has about 3,000 services that we give you when you sign up for VanLink. And not only this, if you're writing an estimate or generating an invoice in the field, inside your VanLink mobile app, there is a screen. You click on the job analyzer or invoice analyzer. You can see before you provide this estimate or send this invoice, how much profit, how much commission as a salesman you made, and how much net profit you've made. So this is a summary for technicians in the field that don't understand the numbers if they're selling these jobs and they're making money. Those are the 2 tools.
So this is also available on the estimate in VanLink. So when you're out and you're writing up an estimate, you can predict your profit before you send it to your customer with this tool.
Absolutely. And you don't have to do anything. This generates by itself. You just click a button we help you create the price book items, and in the field, we help you see the commissions. If you're paying employees commissions or you're paying them hourly wages, it adds both up and it will generate your net profit, expected net profit for that job.
I love that tool. That's one of my favorite tools in VanLink. From what I mean, when we show it to other pros, they love it because it shows them the breakdown that you just showed us, and that helps you understand your job. You're costing so much more.
Absolutely. I mean, just being too anxious and too fast on the trigger to sell a job, just, you're too excited and you're not thinking of all the cost. Just a click of a button to see, hey, this job is losing 10%, something is wrong. I need to talk to my boss or review the numbers. Why is it losing money before I actually give send the estimate to the customer?
Yeah, that's another great point too. Sometimes it'll show you you're negative, when you're writing an estimate, and you wouldn't have noticed that otherwise. So it really does save you in those situations.
Absolutely.
So what are some of the tools required to keep, a fleet of 7 trucks busy?
Very good question. And discipline is the key, and organization is another key. And what we found out, a lot of guys in the trade are not really, I want to use the computer savvy, but they're not disciplined to want to change their ways from, we still see so many people writing and doing invoices on napkins or on paper and stuff all over the place, not organized. We believe data is important. So we have a couple of products that will help to keep 7 people busy. You need a lot of marketing and you need a lot of work to generate 7 to 10 jobs per day to keep 7 vans busy. And then you have to have a dispatcher. So how do you do that? Today, you're maybe still using shared leads from Angie and from Thumbtack and Google. And I know those leads cost a ton of money. For some of these leads, we paid over $150, like septic tank leads. And many of the time you go there and there was another guy pulled into the house.
There.
There already somebody there. So Angie's half of the leads were bogus, but we still had to pay for them. So what we developed a product called Saddle that allows pros to create a public profile page with no technical skills whatsoever and create that public profile page, share, make promos, send them via emails, share them to social media. I still see a lot of pros thinking that if I take videos of me doing some work and I put it on Instagram, I'm going to get leads. And they get sold into these phone calls from guys, oh, I can make you 2 videos per week for Instagram and you pay me $500.
Yeah.
And they're doing it. I know people who are doing it just for the sake of likes and name recognition. And like in LA area alone, there's probably more than 5,000 plumbers. And so if you're really not stepping up your act to act like a pro business that is lean and that is structured, you're falling for these things and you're paying money, you're going the wrong path because the game has changed. And people now are using social media, AI, artificial intelligence, and getting leads from Facebook into their account. And we're working on products like this. But if you want products like that, you have to go to systems like Podium, Hatch, Sprout. These are like social media that converts these customers into these likes and shares into actual paying customers. So that's the trick. If you put a video on Instagram or Facebook, what value are you getting out of that? In my opinion, nothing. You're
Yeah.
getting a like or a joke or something like that. So we have simplified it since our target is guys who want to scale up from 1 to 7 and they're running, let's say, with 5 trucks. You can't afford to pay $1,000 per month for Sprout, and it's very complicated. You have to be really, really um, technically savvy to use those tools. So what we created a simple platform called Saddle. You can create a public profile page. It'll take about 60 seconds and put your information. From there, you can download your, over the years, I'm sure you've accumulated hundreds and thousands of emails and customers. This data, this database is valuable. We bring that in. Again, with a simple tool, we can help you generate a promo. This is how we optimize this. So your dispatchers are not just sitting waiting for the phone to ring. When the phones are not ringing, you can teach your dispatcher to create a promo, share it with your customers on email, post it on social media, because that promo will have a QR code that directs your customer to your public profile page where they can book your services. Another way that we help you increase sales by memberships. And memberships, we talked to a guy who makes $30,000 to $40,000 a month in memberships only, where you sell, let's say, if you have an HVAC company, you sell maintenance agreements, monthly maintenance agreements for, let's say, $200 a year to give these guys an hour to check their systems before the summer or during the winter. And that opens a whole different avenue for you to generate sales, gives you an invitation into somebody's house to inspect their equipment and sell products. And the additional, we created another tool where you can keep track of all the systems you installed, customer installed equipment with alerts that gets sent to you as a technician and to the business owner when that water heater needs to be serviced, or when those HVAC or these air conditioners need to have new filters. Based on service dates and alerts, now your dispatcher is busy maintaining, doing their job, staying busy, generating work that you never dreamt of getting, other than you're just depending on paid leads instead of having to develop your own skills like a big company. So Saddle will give you those tools. And we will run through an example here where you will show everybody how to create a profile, how to download the customers list, how to share the emails, how to generate a promo, how to create a membership, and all of this. And I'll hand it to you, Munzer.
All right, thank you for that introduction. I'm going to share my screen here. This is the landing page for our Saddle service. And so what you want to first do is go to topproz.com/saddle, and that will take you to this page here. And from this point, you can click Be a Pro in this navigation menu, and that's going to take you to this screen here. So I'm going to enter in my email, firstinpipes@gmail.com. Gmail.com, I believe that's correct. And my mobile phone number. And then I'll put my first name, last name, business name. We will say ServTech Pros. And then on my trade license category, I'm going to type in plumbing. I can put my address. I'll just put 1560 Van Link Street. And zip code, I will put 90210. I will click continue. It's going to send a verification code to your mobile phone. Let me just get my code here. Verify. I'm going to set up a password. Click done. It's going to load once you have set your password. Just give it 1 minute here.
You load it.
Reload. To try again, the registration.
No, just log into the account.
Okay. All right, so that's the registration process to create a new saddle account. Once you have registered, you're going to see a dashboard that looks like this. And so the first thing that you want to do once you've created your account is go into account and private profile right here. And this is where you're going to fill out your business information. So you're going to go through each of these tabs here. You can upload your company logo. You just scroll down, click edit, and then you can upload a logo here. I'm going to upload a new logo. And then you'll just click save right here. All right, so there I've updated my logo. We can click on business hours. You want to make sure these business hours are set to match your operating hours during the day. So in this case, on Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Ratings and social media. This tab is important. So when you enter your address in for your saddle account, it's going to look for a Google listing, your Google My Business profile based on your business name and your address. So you want to make sure that you've used the address in your saddle account that matches the address for your Google My Business listing. And you will see your rating pull right here. I'm going to click on business information. In here, it's going to ask us for a description about our business. How long have we been in business? How many trucks do we have? Are we bonded, insured? Do we offer warranty, free estimates, and accept credit cards? If we go into the profile pictures tab, you want to upload as many pictures as you've got. Clean looking pictures of your services. I'm going to upload some examples here. If I go into profile images here, you can upload a batch of these pictures. Click on save. You want to upload some high quality images here. So next we'll click on service area. So this is going to show you a map where you can actually hover and click on different counties and enable this as your service area. We can scroll down and it's going to show us what trades do we provide in that area. So let's say we didn't want to do hot tubs. We can uncheck any of these trades here, these categories. And if we wanted to add a new one, we can just click this add another trade category button here.
Yeah, and if you want to specifically specify which zip codes you want to provide services to, click on the county. And here you can check and uncheck. Let's say some of these zip codes, you found out that this is a gold mine for you where piping or plumbing is really old and you want to focus on that area. That's the only area you want to serve. That's what you do. Some people don't want to travel more than 30-mile radius, so you can specify which zip codes you want to serve. And this is more informational too, back to the zip codes, Munzer.
Yep.
You can also see here, we give you more data than anyone else. This median income, this also tells you more about that area and the average income per household. If you're targeting high-end homes and you only want to work with people who make a lot of money, this will show you which areas offer that, and also gives you population, households, how many households per that zip code. To get this data, you have to pay $30 per month from other service providers. We give it to you for free.
Okay, thank you for adding that. In the next tab, we can go into the license details. This is where you'll put your license number. So if you're a plumber, you'll put your plumbing license number and your license expiration date on the right here.
It's just informational.
Right. So once you have gone through all of those steps, you will have a public profile page that will look presentable and is live. Now, before I show it to you, I want to first show you how you add customers into your account. So if we click on customers on the left here and click manage, this is going to take us to our customer list. And so we have two ways of adding customers. There's a button right here that says new customer. We can just click on it. And from here, we can type in our customer's email. So I'll type in an example email here.
You don't have to go through this, just you.
Okay.
I think everybody knows how to add that data. So you add a customer, or you can import a list of customers.
Thank you. Yeah, that's correct. So there's also the option, if you have your data existing in a different software like House Call Pro
Or your phone.
your contact list, you can put it on a spreadsheet and import it here. So you just upload your spreadsheet, you'll map the columns to your spreadsheet and import your customer list.
Yep.
For the sake of time, we're not going to go through that process
Right.
today.
Yep.
So that's how you will add customers. As you can see in my account, I've already got a couple of examples. So the next place that we're going to go, if we click on marketing, in the
Well, let's
navigation-
show the public profile page, what the public profile page looks like, no?
Sure. So up to this point, this is what our public profile page looks like. Just after registering and uploading some pictures and our logo, this is what the customers will see. So we do the SEO for you. This page is discoverable on search engines, on Google, on any search engine. When they're searching for services in a certain area, they will find this page. So you can see it's got your business name at the top, your ratings. There's a book now and a get a quote button. Now, I'm going to tell you guys how special that is. So when a customer comes to this page, they can click this book now button, and it's going to take them through a form where they can actually book your services right through your public profile page. You can also take this link that I'm showing here and use that on your existing website. So you can link to this form that I'm showing you on the screen here and start capturing direct bookings right from your public profile page. We also have get a quote, which works similarly. Customer will click on it, they'll enter their email address, and they'll be able to submit a request for a quote. And you'll get a text actually that'll show you that request.
Yeah, let me rumble on a little bit here for why people say, how can you do this all for free? So it is for free, and there is no strings attached, and there is no hidden agendas, and there is no any direct booking lead that you will get, it will be free. And that's guaranteed. And simply because I mentioned just a few minutes ago, these tools are to help you increase sales, and you're participating in this program. Your dispatcher is doing the work. You're sharing, you're making, and Munzer will show you how to make a promo, share it on social media. So you're driving, your job is to drive traffic or send emails to your customers. I'm not getting you that. TopProz is not getting you that. You're getting that. We're just giving you the tool for them to book you. So, and therefore, these are, we feel when companies like Angie and Thumbtack hit you with $200 for a direct booking lead, I think it's a robbery. And it's simple. The reason they do this, because they compete for Google listings. They don't have the same public profile page or allow you to go into social media to get those leads. So what they do, they compete on Google for listings, and these listings could run up to thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars. So when a customer is looking for a plumber, Yelp, Thumbtack, Angie are competing for this listing. You as a small plumbing, small plumbing company, even if you sponsor those links, you're going to be listed way at the bottom. These listings at the top cost a lot of money. So they pay Google, let's say $5,000 for that listing. And they pass that cost on to 5 or 6 or 8 different plumbers to make money. And that's why you're paying $160 per lead, even though it's a bogus lead, where we feel like we're bypassing the Google listing. We will give you the tools. Your dispatcher is going to use these tools and drive traffic. So with time, we're hoping that with these tools, you start to scale back on your Angie and shared leads. And this with time, 2 to 3, 4, 5 months, if you do these steps that Munzer will show you, will start generating revenues for you. And we believe this is gonna disrupt the lead generation business for Home Advisor and Angie, because we can do this for free and it doesn't cost us any money. And we make our money, TopProz make their money selling subscription-based programs like the FSM, VanLink.
VanLink, yeah.
And that's how we make our money. We feel like the SADA product is to help you generate revenues.
So let's show them how to generate revenue.
Sure.
So I'm going to share my screen. And going back into the dashboard here. So the first thing I want to show you guys is if you click on marketing and then promos, it's going to take you to your promos list here. We're going to click this add new promo button. Tim, what do you think is a great promo for today? It's a good idea.
Well, I see a lot of, vans with $70 drain clean, any drain clear for $70. Or with an additional, let's say, camera inspection.
So any drain clear with camera inspection.
Yes.
All right, let's do it. And then we can put in, there's no fees for sharing this, so we're going to put 0. And then we'll put the start and end date that this promo is valid. We'll make it 1 week. We'll enter in a description. We can say...
With easy access.
Yep.
We will clear any clog.
Yep.
That's it. 1 coupon per family. If you want to add another language into the fine print, go ahead.
Yeah, so we right here where it says promo value type, this is where you actually put in the value of the promo. So if it was a percentage off, you would hit this first one. In this case, we're doing a $70.
But explain the 2, 3.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
There's also the second option, which is, dollar amount off total ticket price when you spend another amount. So
Yeah.
if you spend $1,000, we'll give you $100 off.
Yes.
The third option here, that's just a dollar amount discount.
Right.
So regardless of how much you spend, you can get $50 off.
Right.
And this fourth option here, that is a fixed price. So when you throw that on there, the total cost is going to be $70
Right.
for the invoice. All right, so we can scroll down. There's a line here where we can put our fine print. So we can say, can only offer can only be used for one family.
If you want, it depends. Yeah.
Sure. In this example, we'll do that. And color picker, this is where we can select our theme. We've got over 15 to 20 themes here. You can select the theme you're looking for. I'm going to click on black
Okay.
and hit save as draft. And then we will click preview and send. And so just like that, in less than 2 minutes, you can create a promo that looks like this.
This is the email view. When somebody opens it on their email, it's gonna look really nice.
That's correct. So this is when you're doing email marketing, you can send this to your entire customer list for free using Saddle with one click when you click on this button. We also have the social media view, which is great for Facebook, Instagram. You want to share this around on your social media. This is better than those marketing videos you were talking about
Right.
earlier.
Yep.
This is when somebody sees this, they're going to screenshot it. They're going to keep this promo in their phone. And you guys see that QR code there. When they scan that QR code, it's going to take them to your public profile page where they can book your services. So we have two buttons here. One says send to all customer. If we click that, this is going to send the promo via email to our entire customer list. We also have this share to social media button. So if I click on that, this is going to allow you to share it to Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Twitter. You can download this, you can print it, you can share this wherever you want to share it and help your business increase its revenue and get this QR code as many places as you can. Now the next thing I'm going to show them is the membership. If I click on membership, I'm going to click add new membership. So what membership would you like to create today, Tim?
Let's say an economy annual maintenance plan.
Okay.
And, let's say 10% off any service. You offer them 10% of any service when they call you. And let's say you offer them some other, whatever value you want to offer.
Okay, so we'll go with 10% off any call. And then the price of the membership per month.
Right.
So we can do, what's realistic here?
$180.
Okay, $180. We can bill that monthly.
Yes.
And then the membership term is going to be annual. We can add features here, so we can say
Professional service, quality parts. You can say, whatever you have on your memberships, and you can look at other people, how they do it, and you can add those benefits or features in here.
All right, so we can change the flavor right here. We can go to, let's do gold.
Sure.
And then we'll click on save right here. How long did that take us? That was really easy.
And you can share that on your social media.
So if we click on it, after you save it, you'll see this customers option here.
Yep.
This is where you'll add customers from your customer list to this membership.
Absolutely.
So you'll go through this form that we see on the screen. This actually has auto pay. So you can bill your customers automatically.
Right. When you can set, and you can add a customer, you can set how they will pay you or open an existing customer.
Okay, let me go in my alternative account here. So we'll add them. I will click on this customer, same as billing address. And then we get to this step here where we can set up the billing frequency, the start date. We'll do today.
Yep.
And this is an annual membership, so it'll go out until next year.
Right.
Then we can add their credit card information.
Right.
We have this checkbox here this auto pay option.
Right, this charges their credit card on the 16th of every month for the next 12 months. And that's how simple it is to make money while you sleep. And your dispatcher can do this without, few minutes. Keep them busy. And you can do this actually on your own in the morning while sipping coffee and having donuts. So when you look at how do you market those memberships? Now you add them to your website, but we also add them to your public profile page.
That's correct. So let me show them the public profile page here. Show them the one that we just created.
Yeah.
Here is the public profile page. So all those promos that you're creating, the memberships that you're creating, service plans, they're going to be added to this public profile page. And actually, your customers can come in here and subscribe to your membership right from the public profile page. They don't need to pick up the phone. They don't need to sign any paperwork. They can do it just from this public profile page. How cool is that?
It's very cool. This is what we call, and why we call it a service marketplace. It's a true marketplace. You're selling products just like people selling products on Amazon or Shopify, except you're selling services and you're showcasing your services to the customer. So, and they can pay you, check out, add items to the cart, just like how they would do on Amazon.
All right, so that is really how easy it is to set up an entire public profile page saddle account from beginning to end. You can get it fully configured in less than 30 minutes, maybe even 10 minutes.
Yep.
You do it, maintain it every morning while you're drinking your coffee.
Well, on promos, sorry to cut in, on promos, most companies don't do more than once a week, right?
Yeah.
And you email it. You always given those customers, your customers that you've already served, a reminder that on their next job, when they need somebody to fix their garbage disposal or install a new
Staying
shower.
top of mind, putting yourself in front of your customer's face,
Absolutely.
staying at the top of that email inbox.
Yes. And like you said, customers will shoot it and keep it on their
Screenshot, yes.
screen. Yeah. And they keep it on their phones. When they need you, they'll present this promo. And if the promo is expired, you can tell them to go on your public profile page and find a different promo.
So if you're interested in signing up, you should see the URL right here. Go to topproz.com/saddle, click on BA Pro, get signed up today. All right, so we're almost at the top of the hour here, Tim. I want to thank you so much for the great presentation today and all the beautiful things that you've taught us. Anything else you want to add?
No, honestly, this is a genuine service. We're not out there to scam anybody. We do want you to grow. This is from our experiences, the pains we've suffered with paying for shared leads, bogus leads. We read last week. You showed me on Reddit.
Yeah.
You can talk about.
I was scrolling on Reddit. I'm on r/thumbtack. That was
Yeah.
the subreddit name.
Yeah.
And I see a thread where this guy was talking about spending $25,000 per month on thumbtack leads. And the leads were not real, so they were getting sent to multiple people, and the contact information wasn't responsive. And there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people responding saying, I've had the same experience. I get leads with no business. I call them, they don't answer. And people were actually talking about forming a class action lawsuit in this subreddit.
Yeah, let's not talk about those, but I personally, when I, was running Red Hat Plumbing, I would get leads. They don't answer. I still have to pay for them. I wasted, when you're really tight for time, and you're trying to call, to, dispute a charge for a lead that honestly you did not benefit from, and it takes a process, and you must have opened the line, you must have, who has the time to sit and dispute $100 charge when you have customers to serve? And really, when we started to think about this product, it came out of, there has to be something different out there than these two. So, and that's how we want to solve this problem. Try to do it on your own, try to spend a little bit of time. And this is when I say about being consistent, being disciplined, have to put the time, have to take the extra steps to help your business grow, to help your business get in the same almost platform like the national ones, like Mr. Rooter, for example. They have their own marketing department, they have their own people. We give you very similar tools, but scale down to your business.
So yeah, check out Saddle. It's gonna help you out a lot. It's gonna save you time, money, and it's gonna help you grow your business. Thank you everybody who watched this stream live. It's been a pleasure showing you everything we have today, and enjoy your Sunday.
Thank you.
Take care.